What's up guys, and welcome to a new video on Kevin's Stash. And in today's video we're going to be talking about some recent events that have happened with Nintendo. So last week we had the Nintendo Direct, which all I'm gonna say right now is that I'm pretty happy with the Direct. I think some highlights would be Mario Strikers, the new game that's finally coming out after almost 15 years. Another game would be the Wii Sports game, and I might consider getting the Kirby game as well. But I think the most disappointing thing that has come out this week would have to be the shutdown of the eShop on the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. And I've had this discussion before, especially on Reddit or on YouTube comments. And honestly, I never thought it would shut down. I always thought that the 3DS and Wii U eShop would shut down whenever Nintendo would leave the eShop infrastructure, since I assumed the Switch and 3DS and Wii U eShop was all like built in together, or was like a whole system that was distributed to all the consoles Nintendo had at the time, which was really a surprise since I didn't expect it. The eShop is going to be closing next year in 2023. I believe it's going to close in March. And it's kind of disappointing and an end of an era, since this was the first ever eShop that was released for Nintendo consoles. And I think it was a great eShop. And I think we're missing out on a lot of titles that will likely never make it to Switch. Or they might make it, but it's going to be in a while, which is not what us fans want. So that's why I wanted to talk about this today, and I just wanted to recommend a few games for the 3DS. And some games I would recommend are especially virtual console games. Those are probably unlikely to arrive to the Nintendo Switch soon, maybe in a few years, but not at the moment, like from one day to another. And some games that always stand out to me would probably be hidden gems, since those will likely be more expensive in the future and it's gonna be hard finding them. And a few games I would think about would be the Mario Tennis games, Super Mario Land, and I have this game called Monty, something like that, Mo Mania. The game is called Mo Mania. It's a puzzle game. It's made by Miyamoto, the creator of Mario, which is, I've never heard a lot of people talk about this game, and I highly recommend it. It's $4, I believe, and it's a pretty fun game. And another game I would recommend would probably be the DSiWare games, and one of those would be the Game & Watch games, since those are also pretty hard to come by, since you'll never likely find a Game & Watch in good condition, especially since those handhelds are over 40 years old. Even though recently Nintendo has been re-releasing Game & Watches, it's only like 1 or 2 games, which is not worth it. And meanwhile, on the 3DS eShop, you can find almost all the Game & Watch games on the DSi. And a few that come to mind are Mario Cements Factory, and I forgot the other ones, but there's another one I really enjoyed also, which I might do a video on more in detail, talking about which eShop games I would recommend. But overall, if you guys have a 3DS or a Wii U, I would definitely recommend going for those games that are rare or hard to come by these days, especially digital only games, which will likely be stuck on the eShop forever. And a few of those that come to mind are probably, like I said before, the DSiWare games, and maybe some 3DS games as well. For example, Rhythm Heaven, Megamix. That game never got released physically in the US. In Japan it did, but not in the US. And it's kind of disappointing to see an end of an era, guys. And thank you guys for watching.